it's Becky, and I'm going to be opening up the June 2024 Magical Mystery Bead Box. This is a subscription bead box put together from Jesse James Beads, and it is usually a curated collection of beads, findings, chains, all of these things that are curated to a theme. And one of the things that Jesse James Beads does really well is tell you a story with the beads or provide you an experience with the beads. So let's open it up and see what kind of experience. Ooh, Octopus's Garden. Yeah, I'm loving undersea themes this month. This is the best. All right, so we've got a whole list of things here. We've got some tutorials that we can watch that they're going to be uploading, and it looks like we've got a live on the 26th with Meredith Roddy, Daniel Wicks, and Deb Flores to watch that. So I'll go ahead and upload this or make this viewable after that so that you aren't going to be spoiled by my video, and that way I don't have to do a spoiler thing. Ooh, look at these guys. First of all, look at this bead strand. Oh my, yes, this sea turtle reef bead strand. These sequins on the outside of this bead, that just like, it's all scales, it's fish scales, and it's beautiful and it's glorious. And then you've got these guys, they're all sparkly. All right, we're gonna go into more detail on what's on these strands. This is the sea turtle reef strand. And then we've got this strand. It is the whirlpool strand. I love it. We've got some shell beads. Blue ringed octopus. Ah, that is so great. I'm excited about this. And then we've got some ombre crystal. That's the kelp forest. We're going through yellows and blues and greens and all of these tones in between. You know what? I bet the the Silver Silk collab is going to be luscious for this. I bet it will be. And then we've got some queen parrotfish charms. Let's see if that's what that is. So, queen parrot enamel bead set. Okay, enamels. Look at those. Those look like they have some pearl inlay. These are so cool, you guys. Chain reaction. I love chain reaction. If you haven't seen this before, it's Jesse James Beads thing that they do where you've got these cool chains and then you've got little beaded links in there, and it's something that you don't even have to like do your own beaded chain. You could just take some of this and add it to a necklace, or you could double it up and have it be parts of earrings, or you could take it apart and use the different parts independently. It's extremely versatile. Look at our little octopus charms. They are enameled. Let's get these guys, and then we've got a Mariana Trench. That's the name of this bead mix. I love that. It looks like we've got some darker colors. Saltwater Kisses. Let's take a look at that. I'm going to be sorting through all of these bead mixes with y'all. And then Jellyfish Fields. Just make sure I'm not missing anything. There was once I thought I didn't get one of the chains that was listed on the thing, but it was because it was underneath the packing in the box. So when I went back into the box later, I pulled it out. It was great. So double check that you get everything before you toss your box. All right, now I'm going to be sorting it into my 15 grid organizers, because if I keep it in the box that it came in or something like that, I'll never use it. And I like being able to see all of it together all at once. And often you'll find things like there will be beads in this mix and this mix that will go together. And so I'll want to sort them together into one of the sections of my organizer. So that's another reason why I always sort these guys out. And I'm going to start out with these enamel bits. Let's take a look at these and get them into my organizer. I'm also going to just put my chain reaction straight into one of the sections as well. We'll get that put in here. This is such a great box. I love it so far. Undersea themes. This is just perfect for June, when all you want to do is go to the ocean, spend the day in the sun. But yeah, see, chain reaction. It is fantastic. It's super versatile. Let's get these enamel guys out. It looks like we've got sort of a bead cappy guy. It's like a flower in blues and greens. I'm going to set these guys in here. And then we've got 2 enamel beads that are little fishies. I love this stylized design. That is super cute. And then these are some connectors. And there's the front and the back. Let's stick these in here too. And then I'm going to put my little enamel octopods in there as well. These guys are adorable. I love them so much. Hans and Dustin. That's who they are. All right, here we go. And then we've got a bead strand. I'm going to go ahead and get this unstrung for these guys. These shell beads. They're beautiful. It's one of my favorite types of beads. All right, let's start looking at our bead mixes and see what we've got, because I'm going to be sorting these guys all out in here. All right, so we've got some green beads. We've got 2 of these connector beads. This one looks like it's a little bit broken. That's okay. This one is intact, so I can use this one. And then we've got 2 big brios, and they are this really lovely, like emerald green color. And then we've got some sort of, they're not exactly kite shaped, it's like diamond shape. But then we've got this diagonal faceting across the front of it. And they are this really cool, where is my, there it is. I like to put some beads on my little ladybug dish so that you get a better idea of the color, because then you get that white background on the background. So it's a purple, but it's less of a purple and more of a violet. So it's a blue, it's blurple. Y'all, it's blurple. Blue and purple. I'm going to set that one over there. And we've got these tube beads. These are fantastic. These would be really great for like some geometric designs, and also great for spacers to give you more length on a necklace. But it looks like these are shell. You can see like the mother of pearl on it. And these are also a really lovely blurple color. It's like periwinkle, but darker. Oop. And we've got one more of those guys. So there's 6 of those. I did not count how many of these there are. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. There's 12 of those. That's fantastic. Then we've got these purple bicones. Now these are more of a redder purple color. Like an iris finish. Then we have some pearls, and these are very purple pearls. I'm going to set that right there between those. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these smaller discos with larger holes. This looks like it's a 2mm size hole, but they have like an AB iris finish on them. And they're this kind of smoky color of glass for the crystal. These are about 8mm. And these ones are larger. And they have, looks like an AB finish on them. They have, again, like that disco cut. So lots of sparkle, lots of flash. And then we've got some black glass square beads that have faceting on them for the watery deeps. The Mariana Trench, when you go down and down. And it looks like one of these got a little squished. That's okay, because this looks to be like the kind of bead cap that you can manipulate the size and shape of. And we've got several of these. Several of these. And then we've got our lumpy metal coin beads in silver. Gonna keep these guys all together. And then we've got some shell beads. They're nice and flat, and we've got 4 of those. Might actually keep these separated so they can go with some other bead caps and spacers, and these will be beads together. Let me get that separated over here. All right, now I'm gonna leave these guys on their strand, the forest kelp strands, because it's going to be easier when we go to work from them if the ombre isn't interrupted. We can maybe pull directly from there when we're making things if we want to maintain that same color order. So I'm just going to wrap it around my fingers so it'll fit in one of these sections. There we go. Just put it right in there. There we go. Now we can get back to sorting the rest of these guys out. We've got our saltwater kisses. Do we have tape? Yeah, let me take care of the tape real quick. We do have some tape. And that just keeps this from popping open in transit. There we go. And we've got some little flower petal dangles in a variety of teal and aqua colors. Look at that. Is there a second one? There is a second one of the light one. That is fantastic. I already have an idea to use all of these in the same project. Actually, I'm going to set these guys right in here next to the other ones. Just get them out of the way while we sort our beads out. It looks like we've got some more purple beads in here, and some greens and some aquas, and even some lighter colored beads. Ooh, check out these. These are like little brios, and there's a whole bunch of them, and they're just a really light, like pinky purple color. Whoop. They're like little droplets, but faceted so they sparkle, and it's like they've got a little hole that goes through the top. They're like little pear brios. Light purple, so we've got our dark purples over here. Let's do a pile for some light purples right here. And if we need to, we can put them together. And then we've got some little same color of purple flower beads with a center drilled, so there's a little hole in the middle of them. Right, and then we've got, these are very lightweight beads, because I think they are acrylic, but they are so sparkly and pretty. I'm going to put these here with these green guys. Move you over here, actually, for now. And then we've got some light clear, well, they're like opal-y color. Like not quite beige, not quite sand, that sort of color. All right, and then these are so cool looking. Look at these square beads. Let me put them on a dish so you can see the color. And then they've got this, like, it's not diagonal faceting, it's more like argyle faceting, where it's diamondy in different directions than the corners of those squares. I really, really like the way that these beads sparkle and how different they are. That's going to be a lot of fun to play with. And because it's about the same color as these other beads here, they're going to get put together in my organizer when we finally get them in there. And then we've got some aqua colored beads. These are some sort of rondelle shape, and they are very faceted. You can see them sparkling. I love how sparkly the beads usually are when we get them from Jesse James Beads. Then we've got some smaller rondelles, and it looks like these are kind of a greeny color, but it's more of a like peacock iris sort of color without the purple. So it's just like the blue and greens. I don't know if there's a name for it, like aqua iris or something like that. Because it's got blues and greens, I am thinking about putting it over here with these other green beads. All right, and then we've got some spacers. So we've got some rhinestone spacers. These are rondelle ones that have like an AB finish on those rhinestones. I'm going to stick them over here with the bead caps because bead caps and spacers are going to go together. And then we've got some little flower bead caps, little petals, 5-point petals. That is really cool. All right, so that was the Saltwater Kisses one. And now we've got our Jellyfish Fields kit. It comes in a little tube. And this one's going to be a few smaller beads, but also take a look at these little jellyfishy guys. These are so cool. I'm going to put these guys on here. It's like it's round on one end and then it has these little bits that come on the other end. These are so much fun. We're gonna have fun making with these. I promise you, we are gonna have so much fun. All right, I'm gonna scooch these guys over here and put these blue, aqua-y blue guys with the other ones right there. And then we've got some light aqua pearls. They're gonna go in there too. And then we've got some like peridot green. These aren't tubes, they are like rectangle beads, so they're like square shape on the outside, but they're long. Let's get these guys. There's a bunch of them. I'm gonna sort these in with the green beads. I'm gonna try not to lose them. These are gonna look great with some of these other ones. It's nice to have a variety of big and small beads. It really helps when you're creating things from the box to be able to have more of those. And then we've got some small, looks like 4mm. Maybe it's 3mm. They might be 3mm. In fact, I just got a caliper, actually. Let's stick one of these guys in here. Whoop. I'm just playing around. It's a new toy. So they are 3.9 that way. How are they the other way? 3. Okay, so they are 3mm 3 by 3.5. For those. These are this really nice like opal shine. They've got a little bit of a glow to them. I'm gonna stick them over here with these other like creamy colored beads. They can go together. And then these like little trumpety ones, the ones that are narrow on one end and wider on the other. I don't know, they make me think of trumpets. So they're gonna go over there with them. I don't have a ton of brown beads, so I think these ones might also go with them. They are cube beads that are diagonally drilled for these, and they have a really smooth edge on the cube, and then kind of a matte finish on the other ends. They're rounded but matted. All right, so these guys are going to go with the light colored beads in the same section. All right, now let's open up our bead strands. Here we go with our whirlpool. This is going to have a few more light colored beads that we can put in there with them, but also some spacers and some purple beads. The bead strands are where we usually get the larger beads from that we get to play with in here. And take a look at these beads. It's almost like they took 2 bead caps and smooshed them together. But they're really cool little like cage beads. There's nothing on the inside. Nope, nothing on the inside. I'm gonna set them over here because since they're metal beads, I'm gonna put them with these other metal beads. And then we've got a bunch of daisy spacers. We've got large and small ones. So I'm gonna set those with our bead caps and spacers. And we've got 2 of these faceted drops. They are a light purple color. So I'm going to set them over here with these light purple guys. We've got 2 of these larger rondelles. I'm going to set them over here. And then we've got some hexagonal coin beads that have some faceting on them. And these are that smoky color with the AB finish. They're going to go there with those. And we've got these are really fascinating. They are, it looks like kind of an opal colored glass, but more translucent. And they have that nice glow that you get from like opalite. I'm going to put these over here with the light colored beads, and these 2 white rondelles are going in there as well. All right, final bead strand to sort. This is the Sea Turtle Reef bead strand. All right. You know what? There is a surprising lack of sea turtles in here, but I just created a tutorial to make some sea turtles with some craft wire. And I'll put a link to that tutorial in the description below. In that tutorial, I used the Softlex design kit, but it used some beads that I got from Jesse James Beads. And you could probably use one of these guys for your turtle. You just have to draw around it to make a little cage when you're using your craft wire. I'll put a link in the description if you wanted to follow that. But then we've got some sparkly bead cages. We have some wider bead caps. We have some very large petally ones. It's like 2 of these. They went on the outside of this guy, and it might be a good idea to go ahead and use them with him since they all came together, I think. I'm probably going to do that, but take a look at this bead. It's very light, so it's not going to make a very heavy focal when you use it. There's 2 of those. I'm going to put these bead caps with the others over here, and then we've got some solid silver rondelle spacers. They don't have the rhinestones in them. And these guys are like, they took some like sand that was all like made of glass or something and just pressed it into a bead. So you get like that sparkle that you get off of the sand on the shore. You know what I'm talking about when the light hits it just right. And these are really cool. I don't know how to describe them, but they're like these really cool lampwork beads. Check them out. They're going with our green guys. And so are these two light green beads. Whoop. And these two with like the stardust finish on them. They're going on there. And we've got two sort of rondelli kind of beads with lots of facets on the outer edges and then like a table cut on each side of them. They're like the grown-up versions of these. It's like like that. And then to round up that strand, we've got two sort of clear but not quite crystal beads. All right, let's get these guys sorted. Is this guy gonna fit there? Yes, perfect. All right, so we've got our big guy basically by himself over there. And then I'm going to get the light purple guys in one of these sections. Whoop. I know, I'm basically undoing all of the work that the Jessie James Beads guys do to put these guys into their bead mixes by sorting them all out again, but I like putting the beads from different bead mixes together to design from. And I know probably for some of you are like, but then how will you know which bead mix it came from? And for me, I don't really care. You know, it could be from any of the bead mixes. I'm just going to be using the beads as I get them and as I use them. And we're just going to have some fun with them. All right. I'm putting the big beads in first because the smaller beads will fill in the spaces between the big beads, like that. All right, now we've got some blurples. Let's get these blurple guys in there. Mariana Trench, that's a fantastic name for that one. And then some regular purples. I'm gonna put these guys up here. These guys there. And I think actually what I'm gonna do is, because there aren't that many of these blue, the aqua colored beads, I'm gonna put them all in here with this big guy. We're gonna just hang out in there with them. That way I will have enough room in the rest of this for my guys. Let's get my spacers and bead caps here in this corner, right there. And then I'm gonna get my metal beads in here. And then my light colored beads. Again, the larger beads go in first. Work from largest to smallest. When you're filling up these sections, because the smaller beads will filter in through there. It's like there's that story, I don't know if you guys have ever heard it, like a philosophy professor was talking to their class about problems that you have, right? And he had a jar on his desk, and he said, can you fill up this jar with all of these rocks? And there were all those rocks, and then all these little rocks, and then this thing of sand. And he showed them, if you put the sand in first and then the little rocks, the larger rocks wouldn't fit, right? So, but if you put in the large rocks first and then the smaller rocks filled in those spaces, and then you put in the sand afterwards, it would fill it in and you could have your jar be full. And it's like it's supposed to be like an analogy or allegory for how we deal with our problems in life, or how we find our joys. Find the big joy, and the little joys will fill in the little spaces. Or something like that. It's been a while since I heard it. it's there, but you know, I remember that when it comes time to put beads into their places, put the big beads in first, and the little beads will find their spaces within and between them. And so we can do that with our beads, with our life, with everything. There are so many things that beading has taught me about life. Octopus Garden. There you go. Jesse James Beads, Magical Mystery Bead Box. I have a link in my description if you wanted to look into subscribing to this. I really enjoy getting this box every month. It is so much fun, and I love this theme. I am down for it. I am ready to do some more, to go under the ocean some more and do more beachy themed and underwater themed jewelry with y'all. And we'll do that this week or this month. Have a great day, guys. Bye.